Good day and welcome to today's tutorial class. For today we'll be considering the problem as displayed on the screen. So we have to reproduce the given view and we have to actually develop the hooper using the shortest edge as the joint line, and we are to also construct the shape of the hole in the pattern for the cylindrical pipe, and it should be drawn at a full scale. So this is basically an interpenetration or intersection of a cylinder and a cone. So before we proceed, my name remains Oluwatumbi Blessing or Lalekon, the founder of maeklltech. Alright, so to tackle this particular problem, I'm going to first of all reproduce the given view, and the first thing to do is to actually place my T-square on my drawing sheet and produce a thin horizontal line as displayed on the screen right there. So after producing that thin horizontal line, I'm going to pick my set square in this manner. Alright, I'm going to produce a line perpendicular to that horizontal line in this order, as you can see on the screen right there. Okay, so after producing that, I'm going to pick my ruler. I'm picking my ruler. So we were told that the base of that cone is what, diameter 76. So that the midpoint is going to be what, 38. So setting at mark 38, I measure 38 towards the right and 38 towards the left, making up the what, the 76. All right, and we're told that the height of that cone, the height of that cone is 64. So from this base right here, I measure the height of what, vertical height of what, of 64, which is this. So having all that, I'm going to actually draw my cone faintly for now, okay, in this order as you can see on the screen, and in this order also as you can see on the screen. Then I'm going to actually thicken this base once and for all, the base of my cone, which is what, this right here. So what is the next procedure? So I'm going to pick my T-square and my 30-degree set square. Okay, then I'm going to actually align it in this order, so at angle 30 degrees to the horizontal plane. Okay, I'm going to draw a line tangential to the apex, touching the apex of the cone which I drew earlier on, which is this at 30 degrees. So I'm going to make this faint on your paper. All right, so take note of that, make it faint on your paper. So I can actually take this extended line here off. All right, so take note of that. Then from this area towards the left hand side, I'm having a mark of 20 mm, which is this, that's that mark. Then from this area towards my right hand side, I'm having a mark of 64 mm, which is this. So at both ends, I'm going to produce a perpendicular to them. And that is going to be at angle 60 degrees. So like this, I'm going to produce a faint line, and at this mark here, I'm going to produce a faint line also like this. So take note of that. So I'm going to pick my ruler also. We are told that the diameter of this cylinder is 32. So I'm going to pick mark 16 and mark 32 once and for all. So this is mark 16 right here, and this is mark 32 right here. Picking those two marks, I'm going to project them horizontally. I'm going to project them at an angle of 30 degrees faintly. So first at mark 32 faintly, then at mark 16 also faintly, in that order. All right, take note of that. So with this, I can actually thicken my question itself. So this is quite thick. Let me take this off a little. All right, likewise this off a little, in that order. So I'm going to thicken this like this. Okay, then right here I'm going to actually thicken. I'm going to make this bold. Right, so like this is going to be bold like this. All right, and likewise this area is going to be bold right there, and the whole of this is going to be bold like this, and this is going to be bold like this, and this area is going to be bold like this. All right, so that is the reproduction of the given view on the screen right there. So the very next thing I'm going to actually do right now is this. I'm going to actually pick my compass in this order. So I'm going to try and get the midpoint. Okay, then I'm going to want to produce a semicircle to this bottom part like this, as you can see on the screen, a semicircle like that. Then I'm going to divide it into 6 equal parts. Okay, using our division of circle technique. All right, so having it in this manner, I'm going to denote it like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and what, and 0. I'm going to number it like that in that order. Then I'm going to actually pick my set square. Then I'm going to actually produce vertical lines or perpendicular lines from each of those points to the base. Okay, from this area to the base. Okay, on point 2, on mark 2 right here. Okay, let me turn it this way. Mark 2 right here to the base, and mark 1 also to the base. So before you actually solve a problem like this, you must be actually conversant with simple development of a cone, a cylinder, or a truncated cone and a truncated cylinder. All right, so from all of this now, I'm going to drag this to the what, to the apex. Okay, to the apex faintly. Yeah, I'm dragging them faintly, each of those points to the what, to the apex, which is what, and this is my apex here. Okay, that's my apex right there, faintly. So please kindly bear with me with the background noise. Yeah, kindly bear with me. All right, so yeah, I tend to avoid that as much as possible, but this is the best I can actually do for now. All right, so kindly just bear me for this time. All right, thank you for your understanding. All right, so getting each of those points, likewise right here on this area here. All right, and somewhere here I'm going to pick my compass. I'm going to produce a line here, at any distance. So I'm going to produce just a line here like this at any distance, right? So then I'm going to pick my compass and pick the radius of that distance. I'm trying to create the plan of the cylinder itself. All right, so I create this. So after creating that, so the next thing I'm going to actually do is this. I'm going to extend this line right here. I'm going to extend it very well, like that, extending it very well in that order. I'm going to actually pick the height. Yeah, height of what this cylinder is. This cone is height of 64. So then from this area, it is actually touching this area automatically like that. So from this area here, I'm measuring 64. So which is this. That is the mark of 64 right there. So then I'm going to project that area at an angle of 30 degrees. Okay, like this, faintly. And I told that the base of this cylinder is what, is 76. Base of 76. That's going to be 38 on both sides. All right, so right here and right here. So with this, I can what, join these two. Yeah, like that, faintly, and like this also, faintly, like that, also. So likewise, I'm going to come right here. Okay, yeah, get the midpoint and produce a what, a semicircle. Yeah, produce a semicircle right there. Then I'm going to what, divide it into what, 6 equal parts also, left, right. Okay, like that, and like this. So this time around, just as we do in development of solids, if it were to be a cylinder, okay, if it were to be a cylinder, how we develop those ones. So I'm going to apply it here also. So this is going to be Mark 3 2 1 0, because these are our plan here, and what 1 2 and what 3 right there. So take note of those areas. So I'm going to use my 60-degree, which is this, placing my 60 degrees right here. I'm going to pull from Mark 2 to the base here, like that. So I'm going to pull from Mark 1 to the base, then Mark 1 on this other side also. I'm going to pull it to the base, Mark 2 right here to this base. So Mark 3 is already there. Then from each of those points, I'm going to drag it to the apex right here. So Mark 3 is already to the apex. So Mark 2 to this apex, Mark 1 to this apex. So what we are trying to get first of all is that interpenetration curve, alright, on the elevation. So this likewise also to the apex, this also to the apex, and Mark 3 is already to the apex there. Now take note of this. So my Mark 3 touches here. This is Mark 3 here. So an other junction of Mark 3 at 30 degrees. This is Mark 3. This is Mark 3 at 30 degrees. Take note. And this line here is for what? Is for Mark 3 here. So take note. So I'm going to draw my Mark 3. Yeah. And the line on the same plane. Absolutely. So pulling it. This for Mark 3. Mark 3 touches 3 here. It touches 3 right here. Take note. Okay. This line is for what? 3. This line is for what? 2. This line is for what? 1. 0, 1, 2, and what? And 3. Take note of those lines. Alright. Take note of those lines. So now let me actually zoom it in a little. Okay. So I think it's better like this. Okay, yeah, I think it's better like this. So I pick my Mark 3 right there. So this is where my Mark 2 touches the circle on this plan here. This is where it touches. So I'm going to pull this Mark 2, goes that way, and you see that our Mark 2 touches Mark 2 here on its way out. And where is Mark 2? This is Mark 2 right here, and Mark 2 right here. Okay, so take note of that also. Then my Mark 1, this is our 1 right here. So my Mark 1 to Mark 1, I pull it across like that. This is 1 and 1. So our 1 is touching 1 right here and 1 right here. Automatically this last one is for what? Mark 0 and Mark 0. So with my French curve, I'm going to join each of these points together with my French curve. I'm going to do that now, and that is the outcome. That is the outcome of the interpenetration curve. So let me actually take in this area on my elevation also. Taking it very well. Yep. So and that is our elevation, complete elevation. So we are told to actually produce okay, now the surface development of the hooper. And the hooper in this case is going to be It's going to be this cone. Alright, it's going to be this cone, making the shortest edge as the same. The shortest edge is this area here. This is the shortest edge there. So and to do that, what we are actually going to do is this. So we apply the same principle as we do in development of a cone. Alright. So and how am I going to do that? I'm just going to let me just erase these excesses here first of all. Alright. So let's take this back to normal. Okay, like that. Alright, so I'm going to pick the total height of my hooper, which is my cone, which is from here to here. Yeah, that's my total height right there. So I'm going to just stand anywhere on my paper right here. Okay, so I can stand anywhere right there. Maybe somewhere is somewhere is good for me. Okay, let me just stand somewhere here. can stand anywhere. Okay, can stand anywhere, basically anywhere. So let me stand here like this. So let me stand here like this. Okay, I'm just going to draw that. I can draw it first with faint line. So after doing that, I'm going to pick my pencil from that area, this midpoint there. I'm going to what? Drag a line like this to this edge here. I'm going to call this mark what? Mark 0. I'm going to call it mark 0. Okay, after calling it mark 0, I'm going to pick my compass and pick one of the sector. Yeah, pick one of the sector. Alright, of this. You see that either mark 3 to 2 or 1 to 2 or 0 to 1. Just pick one. You see, I pick mark 3 to 2. Standing right here, I'm going to replicate it how many times? 12 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to do my number. Mark 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and what? And 12. So right on this plan, I can renumber it. I'm going to call this 0 over 12. This area 1 over 11. This area 2 over 10. Okay, this area 3 over 9. This area 4 over 8. This area 5 over 7, and this area mark what? Mark 6. I can name it in that order, like that. Is that clear? So now each of these points, I'm going to drag them to what? To this midpoint here. Okay, mark 12 in that order, faintly. Mark 11, faintly. Mark 10, faintly. Mark 9, faintly. Mark 8, faintly. So I'm going to join this also. Alright, so please don't be scared. Alright, it is quite cheap, like plantain chips. It is easy, just as ABC. So all you have to do is just calm down and relax. So as I said earlier on, if you haven't understand the concept of development of a cone or a truncated cone in the first place, you might actually find it difficult to solve this. Likewise, also development of interpenetration of solid. Let's say maybe a cylinder to a cylinder or a cylinder to a cone. If you haven't done that before, then for you to do this, you might actually find it difficult. All right, you might find it difficult. Just take note of that. All right, so I have my lines at the appropriate position. So what is the next thing for me to do? The next thing is I need to actually get the true length of each of these points before I can transfer them right here. So for my mark 6, the true length for mark 6 is this area. For mark 6, this is it. Okay, that's the true length for mark 6. So let me pick that out first. So placing my compass right here to this area here. Okay, and I'm going to what? Slot it here and pick my mark what? Pick my mark 6, which is that. Okay, visible like that. So my mark 0 and 12 also, I can actually pick that once and for from here. And this is my what? Yeah, that is my 0 and 12 right there. That is that mark. The mark 0 and 12, picking it, I come here, I pick what? You see, 0 and what? 12. I have 0, 12, which are the shorter sides. You see, we use that as our same here. 0, 12, then what? 6. Now, to get the other part, I'm going to start bringing them out one after the other. I'm going to bring them out one after the other, right? So just follow me and relax. It is actually not hard. Okay, so the next mark is what? Mark 1 and 11, which is this area here. That's my mark 1 and 11. So I'm going to bring it out, touching this line here, touching this line. Maybe I should even take in this line a little bit. Yeah, because that's our reference line. Okay, yeah, better. So I'm going to project this here. So touching it here now, that's my mark 1 and 11. So this area here, projecting it. This was mark 2 and 10. This mark 1 and 11. Okay, this area is going to be what? For mark 3 and 9. That's mark 3 and 9 right there. Okay, so this area right here is going to be mark what? Mark 4 and 8 right there, and while this place is going to be mark, yeah, this area is mark what? 5 and 7. So take note, take note, and take note. So we've done 0 and 12, we've done mark 6. So now let's move from the apex to mark 1 and 11, which is right here. That's it right there, 1 and 11. So coming here, I pick my what? Mark 1 and what? Mark 11, which is that and what? And that, take note. So from here also, my mark 2 and 10 is this. Can you see that? Mark 2 and 10, that is it right there. So coming here, I pick my mark what? Mark 2 and what? And 10, which is also this and what? And this. So followed by my mark 3 and 9, which is this, mark 3 and 9, picking that. So that's the true length there. I pick 3 and what? And 9. Okay, I pick 3 and 9. I don't need to start shading that. So 4 and 8, slightly up, yeah, slightly at the top there. 4 and 8, that's 4 and 8 right there. So coming here, I pick my what? My 4 and what? 8. Then the last but not the least, my 5 and 7. My 5 and 7 is in between 4 and 8 and 3 and 9. Take note. So that should be what you are going to have on a sheet of paper. So 5 and 7, 5 and what? And 7. That is it. So the next thing is, I'm going to tick in here to this area with my ruler, like this. Yeah, as you can see there. Then I'm going to tick in this area also, like this. Then the rest with my what? With my French curve. With my French curve. Okay. Okay, getting my curve. I'm now going. I'm taking this edge very well. I'm going to take in that edge very well. All right. So these excesses, I can take them out. So that is it. That is the surface development of the cone, which actually represents the upper that is actually given. So the next and the last problem to solve here is we have to construct the hole in the pattern for the cylindrical pipe. The hole in this cylindrical pipe. How do we get that? That is quite easy. Yeah, believe me when I said it is easy. It is easy. It is what? Cheap, like plantain chips. So take note, this shorter side, this is it right here and what? Right here. So which means we are actually in line with what the examiner is actually what? Asking us to do. Alright, so to do that, it is quite easy. All I have to do is just pick my set square, my 30-60 degree set square. Okay, yeah, I'm going to pick that. Let me slide this up a little bit like this. Okay, yeah, so going to have this like this, yeah, and I'm going to project this faintly downward like this. I'm going to project the base also faintly downward like this. Okay, now each of those points, my mark this point here, I'm going to project that also like this. Yeah, the next point here, I would project it like this. Mark 2 and 10 will be projected like this. Mark 3 and 9, which is this, will be projected like this. Mark 4 and 8 will be projected like this. Mark 5 and 7 will be projected with like this. And mark, the last mark here, mark 6 will be projected like this. So I have it projected in that order. Alright, in this order. Sorry for the shaking of the light. Alright, so having it in that order, the next thing I'm going to actually do is this. I'm going to have this. Okay, let me have this as my first mark here for the cylinder. Yeah, I'm going to take in this first mark of my cylinder in that area. Okay, so should I develop the cylinder or the curve? I was told to construct the shape of the hole in the pattern for this cylindrical pipe. So the shape for the hole, yeah. So let me just get the hole and call it a day. So this is the hole right here. I'm going to pick this line right here. Okay, picking that line right there. I'm going to call it mark 0 and mark what? 0. That is it right there. So do not forget, on this plane here, these are what? 0. These are what? 1 slash. Okay, these are 1. You don't need any slash based on what you have here. Okay, that's our 1. This is our what? Our 2. Why this is our what? This is our 3. This is our 2. This is our 1. This is our what? 0 on this plane from this area. These are 0 here. 1 2 3 2 1 0. Okay, that is it right there. So now the next thing to do is this. The distance of this area on the plan. How do I get the real length of this area on my plan? It is quite easy also. So I'm going to just employ this principle right here now. Okay, I'm going to create I'm going to dent this line. I just need to use it. So let me just create a line here like this. Okay, you can see that line. Okay, then I'm going to actually set this. Okay, yeah, I'm going to project lines. So from point 3, which is this area, perpendicularly to that line. From point 3 here to that line. So you see, do you see that? So from point 2, here point 2 touches this circle, which is here, to that line, I project. So point 1, this is point 1, I project, and my point 0, this is it. Okay, so those distance now, I'm going to transfer them to this area here. I'm going to transfer those distance to this area here. So the next step is this. So from this area to this area here, that's mark what? Mark 3. And it is from what? You know, this first line is 0 to 3. So this is my 0 to 3 and to what? To 3. So 0 to 2. This my 2. 0 to 2. Can you see that? So from the same 0. Okay, let's say this is our what? 0. So this is my mark 2 here. This is mark 2. Let me just strike it. Mark 2 and mark 2. Okay, that first one I picked 0 to 3. Let me repeat it so that I won't give myself unnecessary stress. Okay, so let me erase this. So 0 to 3, which is 0 to 3, that is it. So my mark 3, this is it. So 0 to 3, 0 to 3. So to 3 to 3. Then 0 to, I've done mark 2, so 0 to 1. That's the next. 0 to 1. Okay, this is my 0 to 1 right here. So I have a 1 here. So let me mark here first of all 0 to 1. 0 to 1. I'm having another one right here. 0 to 1. 0 to 1. So this is my 0 to 2 here. I'm going to transfer it to the other two I'm having right there. So 0 to 2. So this is another 2 here. So 0 to 2. 0 to 2. So now all I'm going to do is my 0 and the 0 here meet here. And on this area, this is our 0, they meet here what? Here also. So with my French curve, I'm going to what? Join each of these points together to actually form the hole on the cylinder after it has been what? After it has been developed. So I'm going to do that using my what? Using my French or irregular curve. Using my French or irregular curve. Oh, sorry, I've been hiding a lot. Oh, take notes. All right, each of the distance I pick there, I stand there, I mark it what left and right. I stand left and right. So that is it. That is it. This is for mark 3, this for mark 2, this for mark 1. This is our 0. So this 0 is representing what? This line at the center. So when I pick 0 to 1, I stood on mark 1. You see, this for 1, this 1 here. Okay, this 1 here. Standing on 1, I mark it what? Left and right. Okay, when I pick 0 to 2, this line represents 0. I stand on where it intersects mark 2 on 2. And I replicate the same thing on what? On 3. So that is how we actually got those points. So with my French code, I'm going to what? Join each of those points together. Alright, and that is the shape. That is the shape of this area on this cylinder right here. That is the shape of that area on the cylinder right there. So here is the elevation. Here is the surface development. And here is the hole in the cylinder. Alright, that is it. Perfect. So my name remains Oluwatumbi Blessing or Lanlekon, the founder of maeklltech. So kindly ensure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and also refer these videos to your friends who might be in need of it. Yeah, don't be selfish. Okay, don't be selling fish. Share it with your friends who this video might actually be of help to. Thank you.